gas and bloating on its own is not a sign of serious disease.
Sir, is it normal for women to experience more bloating or gas?
Most women can experience some amount of this heaviness and tightness in the abdomen, feeling bloated just before or during the menstrual cycle. They start to lose weight, they are getting persistent abdominal pain. It can indicate that there is a gut issue, especially if it is happening frequently.
Hi, hello, namaste viewers. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. I'm Shweta from Bangalore Gastro Centre. Nowadays, we are facing lots of issues and problems with this one problem that is known as bloating and gas. So, many people will be asking for advice to fix that problem. So, can it be permanently fixed? So, to give more information about this, we have Dr. Yogananda Reddy, gastroenterologist with us today. Sir, namaste. Sir, what causes someone to experience repeated gas and bloating, sir?
See, gas and bloating everybody experiences in their lifetime. So having it for a couple of days and it goes away by taking some simple home remedies or taking increasing amount of fiber in the diet, and then you feel better, then this is not something we need to worry about. But gas and bloating on its own is not a sign of serious disease, but it can indicate that there is a gut issue, especially if it is happening frequently. As I mentioned already, one of the causes could be this bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. And people have the condition called IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. They also experience a lot of bloating and gas. Those who experience chronic constipation might be suffering from this bloating and gas. And they might have this condition called dysbiosis, which is basically imbalance in the gut's good and bad bacteria. So when that balance is disturbed, they can frequently experience the gas and bloating. So the persisting gas and bloating can indicate that there is a chronic gut health issue.
Sir, when should someone consult a doctor or gastroenterologist for gas and bloating?
So as I mentioned, most people, if the symptoms settle down, they don't need to see a doctor. If they are using some simple home remedies and if they feel better, certainly there is no need to consult a gastroenterologist. If symptoms persist of bloating and gas that is getting worse day by day, and it is associated with any change in their bowel habit, for example, worsening constipation, or they have diarrhea that continues for weeks to months, they start to lose weight, they are getting persistent abdominal pain, they have blood tests done and there is all kinds of abnormalities including severe vitamin deficiencies, or their general health is somewhat going downhill, they are getting more and more tired and weak, they are losing weight without trying. All these are symptoms, especially if it is associated with excess of gas and bloating, then that is an indication that they should see a medical gastroenterologist.
Sir, is it normal for women to experience more bloating or gas?
So, most women can experience some amount of this heaviness and tightness in the abdomen, feeling bloated just before or during the menstrual cycle. This is what we call as period bloating, which tends to disappear once the menstrual cycle has finished. This is to do with the fluctuation in the hormones estrogen and progesterone. So when there is increase in the estrogen levels, it can cause our body, women's body, to retain fluid, and that can give them that distended and heavy feeling. And also this kind of fluctuating hormone levels can make digestion in women a bit slow, and there is also a slight risk of constipation during this time. So this is what we call as period bloating, which a lot of women experience and tends to get better once the cycles are finished.
Okay, sir. Sir, what kind of the foods should be avoided when we are suffering from bloating and gas?
So whenever anybody is feeling bloated and heavy, first important thing is to try and cut down on the amount of food they're eating. So trying to take normal sized meals can worsen the bloating. So they might need to at least temporarily reduce the portion size. What they eat 3 times, they might need to split the portion size to 5 times. That is the first thing. And also look at what sort of foods are triggering the symptoms. So if you notice that there is a particular food, every time you eat it is making you bloated, this is what we call as trigger food, so you cut down. But generally speaking, the foods that tend to cause bloating are the ones where the vegetarians who are relying for their protein intake mainly on lentils and legumes like rajma, chickpeas, kidney beans. So these have complex carbohydrates called oligosaccharides, where the body is finding it difficult to break down. As a result of that, there can be excess of gas in the intestines. Secondly, these vegetables, what we call as cruciferous vegetables, for example, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, these have high amount of fiber and also sulfur content. This can actually cause more bloating and gas in people who are already experiencing the gas issue. Milk to cut down, because a lot of people nowadays we see have some degree of lactose intolerance. So they might be okay taking paneer, cheese, curd, buttermilk, but directly milk they might not be able to tolerate. And some people, their diet is mainly wheat based. They might have some degree of sensitivity to this gluten, so they might need to cut down on the gluten intake. And for those who are consuming a lot of carbonated drinks, for example, all these colas, and they can get a lot of gas into the stomach because it releases carbon dioxide gas. So that can also actually worsen the gas and bloating. And foods that have got high amount of fat, so these kind of foods sit in the stomach for longer and make you feel heavy because they are hard to digest. And especially if you're eating a lot of non-vegetarian food, which is a high protein intake, so the body takes longer time for the protein to be processed and digested, so that can also worsen the bloating. And try and avoid any processed or ultra processed foods that are in the packs, and certainly outside foods that has got high amount of salt, because salt causes kind of water retention and make you feel heavy and bloated.
Okay, sir. Sir, what are the home remedies which help the gas and bloating, sir?
So simple things I think people should try at home to get relief from the gas and bloating, because this gas and bloating is extremely common. Everybody experiences. So feeling heavy and bloated or gassy after eating in a marriage function or eating outside, it's not uncommon. And so there are simple things that you can do at home without the need to consult a doctor. So let us look at these foods. Firstly, cucumbers. Cucumbers are fantastic actually, because they have a high amount of water content, and that can help you reduce the bloating. Secondly, fruits like papaya, which has got an enzyme called papain that helps break down the protein and makes the digestion process a bit more easier. Pineapple has got an enzyme called bromelain that helps break down the protein easily and can also help with the digestion. Ginger, so having a couple of slices of ginger either on its own or having it in a lukewarm water can help the digestion, because it has got anti-inflammatory properties and it also relaxes the gut. So other things you can try, for example, are fennel seeds soaked in warm water, ajwain, carom seeds soaked in warm water, and also jeera that is soaked in warm water. These can help the gut muscles to relax and release any trapped gas inside, and that can also give you relief of bloating. And having a cup of curd every day, which acts as a probiotic to improve our good bacteria in the gut, certainly helps in the long run.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you so much for speaking and giving lots of information about gas and bloating. Thank you so much. So viewers, in today's session, we came to know about this gut health and probiotics. For more informative videos like this, please subscribe and share the videos as much as possible. Thank you.